What's up, guys? Welcome to Beyond the Gym Floor. This week's episode, we try and break Jason's brain again, where we talk about the difference between logical thinking and psychological thinking and how we seek out logic from our clients and try and understand what they're thinking rather than what they're feeling and how that might negatively impact how we sell, how we market, how we communicate, and just overall how we build our businesses. We touch a little bit on sales, and a few other bits and pieces, and obviously have a laugh as well. Enjoy the episode. I think we are only a few subs away from reaching 300 on both YouTube and Spotify. So if you could be so kind, please hit the follow button or the subscribe button now. That'd be really, really great. Helps us find our way into the algorithm and get out to more people. So we'd really appreciate if you subscribe to that. And then obviously you'll get notified every time there is a new episode as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Because I picked up my black one and I was like, no, Jace will have the black one.
I was very committed to the blue.
We're going to have to do that every week now.
Fuck it.
Because I'm the...
Yeah, but we always I never wear coloured pants like that.
True.
Yeah. I'm always going to wear black.
The flannelled run is over because now we have nice clothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit I've kind of rocked this all weekend. It's not this particular one, but...
Yeah, I was sad. I was like, they're really nice, but I don't want to just wear my work clothes to stuff. If we went to the city on the weekend, I was like,
oh, yeah. No, I only just
Is this a go to the city shirt? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wore it to the gym as well. I've got that much shit. I didn't even realise.
Yeah, fuck. I haven't even worn all mine yet.
Oh, no. I haven't worn any of the T-shirts.
Yeah.
Outside of the cream one.
Yeah, I wore them to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't do my post-workout flex because they're too baggy.
Too big.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get real big.
Just leads to the silhouette, though, when you wear the pump covers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing.
It's just that...
Are we on?
I think so. I think we're recording.
Tam, have you just... Are we good?
He's getting coffee.
Yeah. I'm just making sure we're not, just like making real small chat. The smaller chat before the small chat. Yeah. Okay.
I've cool
what are you picking on me today? Like, well, yeah.
What are you throwing at me too early in the morning?
Yeah, like,
for me to
I didn't get to train before this, so I'm
still asleep.
I'm terrified.
The school holidays traffic was a fucking big fan of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Ali today, and I'm wrapped because it's not going to take me an hour to get home.
Yeah. It should be like this all the time.
Yeah.
Don't go to school, kids. Fuck it.
No, go to school so then I can fucking be at home by myself.
Yeah. Get your house back.
So set in my ways. Ooh, I just hit something. Yeah, I love my wife, but just like all day. Fuck,
Yeah. You. I think as a couple have always been like that too, though. You've always had your own.
Yeah.
You go do this, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
We bought a house so we could have a level each. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm not one to live inside someone's pockets, and she's the same. So
yeah,
it's more just like the daily, like I've got the schedule, and it's like, oh, what are you doing today? I'm like, oh, I'm working.
Yeah.
Doing the work stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym. Like, get up, go to the gym. Like, you left for the gym already? Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, you're already at work by this time, so... I'm like, I get it. Get up, go gym.
Yeah.
Off to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, the dog's inside all day fighting.
Yeah.
The TV on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Leave me alone. Yeah. The way our house is set up is pretty good. Like my office is tucked right down the back of the house.
Yeah, it's good.
But it's big and open and well lit and stuff. So I don't hate being in there.
Yeah.
So we've been going back and forwards with our landlord about our heater.
Oh, yeah.
Since we moved in, just didn't work. Like, I'll do these cheat codes to reset it, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay, didn't work. And then they basically said, if we come out and there's nothing wrong with it, you have to pay for the call out. And we're like, these motherfuckers. Because it's it only happens sometimes. It just would switch off, right? And you had to get into the manhole, turn it off at the power point, let it reset, and then turn it back on.
Yeah, okay.
So we were like, if they fucking come out, and it doesn't do it. What am I going to say?
Which is like, if that was my luck,
100%, it's not going to do it while the guy's standing there.
Yeah, it's going to work.
So it kept happening, and I cracked the shits. I was like, I don't care, just tell them to come. Turns out the unit's cracked.
Right.
Which means it's a really high chance of leaking.
Yeah.
And when the tradie left, he's like, so I've unplugged everything and you can't turn it back on.
Yeah.
I was like, it's 1 degree. He's like, it smells like your Canara works. I'd be firing that up. I'm like, fucking hell. So yeah, I've been really tempted this week to be like stay out in the lounge and just work on my laptop near the fire.
Oh, because it'd be cold. Get one of those.
I have an oil heater.
Mini heaters.
Yeah, I've got an oil heater in my office. It's just like the first hour of like getting the room warm, turning the central heating on. So it's like, bam.
Yeah.
And the whole house is cold. So.
The mini heater's the go.
Yeah. Did you get an oil heater in the end?
No, I had a heater in the garage.
You found one?
Yeah. You just don't turn it on the third setting because it's got this fan that just like sounds like an outboard engine.
I forgot to turn the fan off on mine yesterday. I don't know if you could hear it on the standout call.
Nah, you couldn't.
But yeah, I was like, oh, fuck.
Nah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it pumps that thing.
We got $1,000 heater bill, and then the next one was $300. Yeah.
Jesus.
So it was just like
change some habits.
Well, yeah. It was. You cannot have the reverse cycle aircon on all day, every day.
Yeah.
With also another portable aircon on because it gets so fucking hot in the house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, the heater's only going on at this time, but between this time and this time, like we're being real stingy with it.
Yeah.
And then Steph's like, don't get fucking carried away.
Yeah.
She's like,
manage your level of Malteseness.
Yeah. No. She was like, now just because it was cheaper.
Don't start
she's
using
like,
more.
Don't think you can go fucking blasting the heater and shit. But I've clocked it. So
Yeah.
the heater's on I'll close the doors.
Yeah.
I put the dogs in there, it heats up a little bit quicker.
I'm getting into that dad mode too. Like, if Amy leaves the door open for 3 seconds,
right.
I'm like, hey, it's cold out there.
I used to fucking rag on my mum all the time. I'm like, this is fucking...
Yeah.
Pedantic.
Yeah, it's 10 cents. Shut up.
It's like we'd have to have like fucking frostbite coming on our fingers before the heater went on. Now I get it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. I mean, I still walk around the house in shorts, but whatever.
I got those lined pants.
Oh, yeah. They're too hot?
I wore them with my Udi.
Yeah.
I went outside to play with the dog. So I had boots, those... I think I just had a t-shirt on, maybe a flanny. Yeah. And the Udi. I was sweating. It was 2 degrees.
Yeah. I don't reckon I could wear those pants with the chance that, like, the high chance I'll get hot.
Yeah.
And then I just start sweating.
Yeah.
You don't want to sweat.
I only wear them around the house, so then I can abort that situation if I want to.
Moisture down there, ain't it?
Yeah. So I understand. Yeah, but they're very comfortable. But they're 2XL.
Oh, yeah.
And they're borderline.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like
so they're supposed to be...
No, they're just from
made
China.
for small people.
Yeah. Amy's like, send them back. I'm like, babe, that's the biggest size.
Yeah.
I got her a pair of lined tights as well. She's like, I'm not going to get that over my quad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that none of that is going over my glutes. It's not happening.
You go to some shops and it's like as soon as you like get it on the ankle, you're just like, oh no, this ain't happening.
Because I know Japanese sizing is like 1 or 2 below ours.
Right.
Yeah,
but then like something like China would be even more.
Yeah.
Even smaller people. So you reckon they just go,
it's just
this is the biggest, this is the average size of the people.
Most people wear a medium.
Do you reckon that's how sizes work?
I don't know.
They just go, this is the medium.
Yeah.
Because, how do big people in China get clothes? This is fucking, like Yao Ming was like 7'3".
He moved to America.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Well, I guess you got the opposite in America. Like, you've bought a basketball singlet before, and it's just like goes down to your fucking knees.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually we were talking about last week. I bought an NBA jersey, so it was oversized.
Yeah.
On the top.
Yeah.
But it's like a tent. I actually need to go and get it like tailored in on the sides to actually fit.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Actually, is getting it. Like you end up getting like the marks under you.
Yeah. Because I've got a Indiana one. I think that's like. Fits it's too small. Lengthwise, it's great, but it's too small.
It's not built for lats.
Exactly. You can't train in it. It's supposed to be a basketballer only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my basketball singlets are fucked. I just don't wear them.
Yeah.
Because they hurt.
Yeah,
It hurts after a while.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I actually train in mine more in winter because I like wearing a singlet underneath them.
Right.
It's too hot because I also have very sensitive skin.
Yeah. Sensitive pen. Sensitive everything. So, did you know that they changed the term wife beater? It's called woman lovers now. I was like,
who is they and where did they change that?
I saw it on the internet.
I can guarantee you that
is not
does
a
not
thing.
exist inside anywhere where people actually
Well,
use the term wife beater.
Yeah, they've changed it. Oh, people have changed it. I saw. Is it Young LA? Oh, that sound old there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call them women lovers.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, wait, is this cut differently? And then I took a little bit of a dive down the rabbit hole, and there's people
like,
that don't subscribe to.
Why not just divert from like woman whatever?
Yeah, just this is a singlet.
Call it a new cut.
Fuck, that's hilarious.
Yeah, this is just called a singlet, a stretchy singlet.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but then apparently there's a pushback. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it though. I just call them wife beaters, and then I'm like, oh, hang on a minute.
That actually means you punch your wife.
Yeah, it's bad. That's not a good thing. Things shouldn't be named after stuff like that.
But it's the stereotype of the singlet. That's the thing.
Yeah, I get it.
But
there's no other. Is there another clothing?
If you said Bond singlet, I would think the same. To me, that's what a wife beater is.
Just like a
blue
big
Bond
burly
singlet.
dude who beats his wife, or an alcoholic.
No. If you like said it's a Bond singlet, I would, even if it was a different brand, it would still mean the same thing to me.
I agree.
So you could buy a Gymshark Bond singlet.
Yeah.
Because it's still
I'm
a Bond
basically
singlet.
wearing a Bond singlet right now that I bought from Gymshark.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's still, that's the cut in my mind as a more politically correct term than saying it's a wife beater.
Yeah. I can't wear Bond singlets because my nunno used to wear them flat out.
Yeah.
And he just had like the big grey
chest hair
hairy
out of the
chest,
top?
and he had
Yeah.
just had like the little gut,
Yeah.
and he just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He just used to like walk around the house with
And they were like-
trousers. So
Yeah.
he had trousers on.
So, and they started like deep blue and then they finished like almost this color.
No, they're always white. Always.
Oh, white. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Euros do it different, but
Yeah. That's what I was using. They have the blue with the denim.
I was gonna say blue. I can see that.
I had many.
bit of fade going on, and after a few washes.
Yeah. I had many when I was like 16 and went to the gym once and thought I was shredded.
Yeah.
When I was really skinny.
Yeah. Yeah, I can confidently say there's no blue wife beater in my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were correct. They do roughly base the sizes like mediums, the medium size of the whole the people.
The population.
In the country.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Well, we'll stop hating on them then. But make a 4XL or something.
Yeah.
For large
Yeah.
Australians.
Well then, yeah.
It's 2XL ain't cutting it.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
wonder,
enough.
surely, like outside of like height, Australia'd have to be like up there in terms of like just fucking big burly people.
Large humans.
Yeah, you know what I
Outside
mean?
of Scandinavia.
Like I'm not talking like just tall, because you've got pretty much like the whole of America.
Yeah, Scandinavia, Scottish is fucking, they're big humans.
Because even when you
Lot
go
of big
overseas,
people
you
in
can see
Scotland.
people you're just like, it's a fucking big person, and then most of the
Yeah.
times like, oh, here you go, mate.
Yeah.
You can kind of just spot them.
Yeah, I would say they're the three. So Scotland, Australia, and then all of Scandinavia.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I would say, from my experience traveling, they would be.
And like America's
Biggest
obviously.
Glasgow's like, you would know because you grew up similar situations to me. You know when you walk in a room and you know someone can fight?
Yeah.
You can just feel it. It's I don't
You can
know.
tell by the look of their face.
And I couldn't even describe what it is. It's like a way that you carry yourself or
It's
something.
big dick energy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glasgow, I'm like
Yeah.
90 out of 100 dudes.
There's a certain look that people have with
Yeah.
their eyes, and you only know it if you've seen it a lot.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
the first day I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he can fight. He can fight. He can. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Everyone
They
can
can
fight.
all fight.
This is what they do for fun.
Please leave me and my wife alone.
Yeah. I remember we went to, so obviously like fighting is a pastime, and especially in certain areas because there's not much else to do. So we went up to Albury for the weekend, and we were just, boys weekend, whatever. And then I remember we went to this pub, and then like I befriended this dude, or he befriended me and wouldn't leave me alone. And then he just he continued to tell me like all these all these fights that he's been in, all these people that he's punched on with, and I'm like, what the fuck,
Cool, bro.
man?
Yeah.
is this all you do up here?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh,
Yes. Yes.
bit of hunting and fishing. And I'm like, okay.
So-
Hunting and fishing during the day and fighting
Yeah,
by
yeah.
night.
And then, so all in a Bond singlet the whole time.
With a flanny on top.
So I was standing in Shepparton. We used to. Fuck. This just gets worse and worse the more I think about telling this story. The pub is called the Aussie.
Oh,
So you start
houses.
there, have like cheap beers, and then like you choose like there
where
was,
you want
like-
to fight.
Yeah. Well, what kind of music you want to listen to, and what
Yeah.
kind of people you want to hang out with for the rest of it.
Okay.
So like there was Shep's version of Hipstar Club, which was called Yahoo Bar, and it was like that deluxe that we went to after my
Yeah.
30th. It was like that.
Yeah. okay.
Sticky carpet,
Yeah, yeah.
just like
It's a
trash.
cesspool.
Vodka Red Bulls.
Delightful cesspool.
Yeah, yeah. All the slushy machines, all that kind of stuff. And then we had, at the time, the GV Hotel, which was a pub that turned into a nightclub at night.
Yeah.
I was standing at the bar at 7 p.m. And this bloke comes up. He's like, hey, so me and like 5 of my mates have just come down from Melbourne because we hear there's like a real good fight scene here.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Where do we go? And I was like, well, I'm going to GV, so you can go
Yeah, they go over here.
away from where I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we basically had just a reputation that people would actually travel into town just to brawl
Yeah, it's wild.
and then head home again. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Remember that guy we used to...
everyone, just to be clear, everyone was really, really, really fucking nice in Scotland.
Yeah.
They were super friendly. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
knew they could throw down.
Yeah, just if it kicked off.
Yeah. I watched this video, like, I reckon it was 12 months after I got home, maybe less. And it was like an insight panel discussion about the knife violence in Glasgow and how it was the highest knife violence per capita in the whole world.
Wowzers.
And I was like, oh, okay. Yep. Walking home at
They have those
10 o'clock at night by myself.
they have those soccer hooligans as well.
Yeah.
They train to fight
Yeah, yeah.
and fight other soccer hooligans.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I've heard, mates that are Scottish. I've heard some crazy stories. Like
Yeah.
one guy, he put my mate's scarf on. So obviously Celtics and
Yeah.
Rangers is the thing, right? He was Celtics, his mate was Rangers. It was like fucking snowing, so he put his mate's scarf on. Say he put the Rangers one on,
Yeah, yeah.
and a Celtics guy baseball batted him getting out of the car because he had the wrong colours on.
Ugh.
And it's like he actually went for your team.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Crazy. Yeah. Scary shit. Like you've got to, if you walk into a bar and you don't know the song,
Yeah.
like it just kicks off. Just wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nah, that's not it.
For lack of a better term, that's so like primal.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. 100%.
Yeah. Well, because it's like they're different religious groups.
Mm.
They're like hundreds of years old that they're just
Yeah.
at the core of it. That's where, what's his name from Manchester started? The coach.
Who?
Um,
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he started at Rangers.
I think it was Aberdeen.
No, so he played at Rangers
Mm.
and then coached.
Oh,
at
sorry. I was thinking coaching.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where
Yeah.
he came up playing in that shit.
Yeah.
No wonder he was a bit of a hard ass.
Yeah. Yeah, no one did just fucking rip into anyone, no matter who they were. The man.
Yeah.
The man.
Goat, right?
Yeah, I would say so. At the moment, like, there's people
Yeah.
catching him.
Be like him, Belichick, and Phil Jackson.
Yeah, I'd say
Greatest
so.
coaches of all time.
For now,
Of our generation, at least.
yeah, for now, definitely some good ones coming up, though,
Mm.
which pains me. Because they don't work for my team.
So there's modern ones that are...
Yeah, Pep Guardiola.
dominant?
Pep Guardiola's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only downside, like, the only shade people throw on him is, like, he's gone to teams with cash and just, like...
Yeah.
And he adopted it. His first team, he adopted it. Like, it had Messi and shit in it.
Yeah.
So, but he's still, tactically, he's fucking amazing. Changed the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever you look at like notable people in sport, you think about people who changed the way the game is being played
Yeah.
as well. Like it's not
Yeah,
just
yeah,
about trophies.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, Bill Russell has the most rings in the
Yeah,
NBA,
yeah.
so he should be the best player, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like there's people that have come in and like changed the way the tactics
How you
and
play. Yeah.
yeah, like Steph Curry changed it.
Yeah.
Like LeBron James.
Yeah.
And then in soccer, like Guardiola's come in and adopted a style of playing that other people have tried to mimic, and now he's like evolving that, and people are just chasing him,
Yeah.
and he just recruits well, and
Yeah.
These fucking dogs win everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Painful to watch.
I think there's something to changing teams as well. And I think that's probably where, for me at least, Phil Jackson stands out.
Yeah.
Moving to Lakers.
Yeah.
And like, did they win? He won again there yet?
Yeah, so they won 3.
Yeah.
They won 3
Yeah, and it's like
in a row, and then he came back, and then they won 2.
You had Jordan and Pippen, then you had, and Shaq was there as well, so you had Kobe and Shaq's like, to bring, to facilitate
they could have won 5 in a row.
Yeah.
They just, their egos got in the way of each other, and they 100% could have. Like, fucking Kobe and Shaq, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just, you know,
yeah.
Shaq would be coming a preseason out of shape and shit, and Kobe getting upset, and then they just be fucking.
Right, so they had beef.
They had beef, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They were pissed.
That's why he left.
2 big egos. They just couldn't make it work after a little while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Kobe was saying that, like, Shaq would come, like, he'd do nothing over preseason, come, like, 10 pounds overweight or whatever, and then he'd be putting in the work and just, like, what the fuck? And then when the game's on the line and stuff, they both wanted the ball, and...
Yeah. You needed Pippen.
Yeah, you need
Just
someone who's, like, good, but
second.
just willing to, like, not be the person, but they were both, obviously...
Didn't he come second in the MVP, like, fucking 5 years or 6 years or some shit?
I don't know, but he's the ultimate wingman.
I think he owns the record for most second place MVP.
Yeah, you want to have a Pippen as a friend as well.
Yeah,
like if you're a single dude, like you're just like, come on, man, you take the fat
help
one.
me out.
Yeah,
help a brother out.
That's it. Surely there's someone out there that's just like the ultimate wingman. It's like props to you.
Yeah. Fuck, definitely played that role.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, I haven't. I can.
But it usually finishes with like, my girlfriend's at home. Bye.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I haven't had to, which has been great.
Yeah. What's up, guys? You're listening to the STC Fit Learning Podcast, brought to you by ourselves. Feel free to go check out our website, so stcfitlearning.com. On there, we have a bunch of free resources, including how to niche your business, how to actually sell during consults, and a free programming template, plus our business scorecard, which you can go and take and see how you stack up in the industry based on what we think is elite and how to become the best trainer in your gym, in your town, and in the industry. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you take a screenshot and tag us, we really, really appreciate it. It really helps get this message out to help improve our industry and keep people in their personal training careers. Enjoy the app. All right, you ready?
What are we picking on my imperfections today?
Oh, no, we're not picking on you today.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and hurt your brain again. We're back there again.
Oh, right. Cool. Awesome.
So bear with me because I'm not sure how well this is going to land, but give me a minute.
We're just figuring out this whole podcast thing,
I was
guys.
playing with something. So I'm reading a book called Alchemy at the moment.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of the book is that I sort of mentioned it a couple episodes ago about like nonsense versus nonsense.
Yeah.
And another term that he uses I really like is psychological. So it's not psychological. It's like 2 words put together. So it's like it's logical based on how someone thinks, not based on... I think he uses like an economic layout or like a logical layout.
Okay.
So this is talking about a politician, but it obviously works in everything, business owners, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So is apt to be wise in his own conceit and is often so enamored with the supposed beauty of his own ideal plan of government that he cannot suffer the smallest deviation in any part of it. He goes on to establish it completely in all its parts without any regard for either the great interests or the strong prejudices which may oppose it. He seems to imagine that he can arrange the different members of a great society with as much ease as hand arranges the different pieces on a chessboard. He does not consider that pieces upon the chessboard have no other principle of motion besides that which the hand impresses upon them. So the last bit's the important part. Okay. So the concept being, we think in business, we're going to talk about sales today, in business, in sales, in marketing, that if we can see a logical pathway, that has to be the right one.
Yeah.
So a really cool example that he used in the book that I think will resonate with us. Why the fuck is Red Bull popular?
Yeah.
It tastes like shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's way better.
It tastes like
drinks
shit.
out there.
Yeah. So 95% of people that market tested Red Bull said it tasted shit.
Yeah.
And it's the number one competitor to Coca-Cola in the world.
Red Bull's just a
What?
fucking awesome.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It's hard to even describe what Red Bull are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's
What
like
is
they're
it?
not an energy drink. Are they really an energy drink now?
Well,
It's
that's how they
they're
made their money to do
Yeah,
the
they're
shit
just
that they
like
do
a
now.
fucking
A brand
Yeah,
that does nothing. It makes no sense.
A brand that does cool shit,
Yeah.
drops people from outer space.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
but surely that's a publicity stunt to sell something. And then what do you sell? Do you sell the shit product that no one likes? But people still buy it.
I think at the base of it, it still is the drink,
Jaeger bombs.
Right.
which is the crazy thing.
Jaeger
Yeah.
bombs are piggybacking Red Bull.
I was watching, shouts out to the Performance Hub boys. I was watching the story the other day. Carl had his first Monster.
Oh, I seen that.
And he was like standing at the counter, like, I messaged Max. I'm like, he looks like a 15-year-old kid that's about to have, like,
Yeah.
he thinks that Monster's like alcohol. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
naughty
Just
drink.
about to have his first VB or
Yeah,
something.
it's like your parents said you couldn't have it. So I'm like, oh, which one should I
Yeah.
get?
I love how the next bit's him deadlifting. It's like, whoa, you're not going to be able to replicate that, mate.
So yeah, that was super, super interesting. I don't remember if we told the margarine story on the podcast or not.
We did.
We did?
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks.
You can give it a recap.
I'm going to tell it again.
No, well,
Yeah.
we might have
For
new,
people who
new-
haven't
we
heard.
might- yeah, that's it. New
Yeah.
listeners.
So the author of this book, I heard him tell this story on a podcast, how when they introduced margarine, it was grey. So it was like the colour of the curtains in here for the YouTube people.
Yum.
Yeah. Looks just what you want on your fucking
Yeah.
toast in the morning.
Think about any food that's grey that you eat now. It's fucking zero.
Yeah.
Maybe mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not that
And-
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they're drowned in butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or unless they
Um,
come from, unless they're the magic kind.
Are the fun ones. And
those
then
those
they're
are not great.
and then they're blitzed in orange juice. It helps it absorb faster, guys. Didn't hear it from me. So yeah, so they created a product, and it's something to do with the aluminium in the process that turns it grey. And then they started kind of doing, scary, right? They started doing market testing of like why it worked. Market testing of like, is it good? Do people like it? It was a pushback against the dairy industry, blah, 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 blah. So they did taste tests and everyone said
Delicious.
they don't like it.
Oh.
It tastes no good. Butter tastes way better. And then he did an experiment where he ran an event and got heaps of people to come. And then he did like scones or bread or whatever. And they dyed the butter grey and dyed the margarine yellow.
Yeah.
Switcheroo.
See
Got him. And everyone voted that the yellow stuff was better, which was the margarine.
Imagine being that. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, actually.
You're a fucking idiot.
my wife does that with food all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, do you like this? Nah. Have you ever had it? Nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's true. You don't like it, I guess, until you've had it.
Well,
but
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I can't
you've
say
never
I
tried
like
it. Oh, I don't like the look of it.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So one of the quotes that I wrote down, which I think we need to, the most useful takeaway is in this one sentence. I just wanted to read that cool thing about the chessboard. People don't think what they feel. They don't say what they think. And they don't do what they say. So if you're going to do a feedback form, so every business coach out there is like, you have to poll all of your clients every 3 months. That's my new voice. Use it every now and then.
It's a Jordan Peterson voice.
Yeah. With the intent of getting reliable feedback from your clients.
Yeah.
When was the last time your client was actually said anything bad?
Reliable.
Yeah. There's maybe one and you're like, fuck that. Fuck them. That's usually how it works. So if they don't know what they feel, or they don't think what they feel, you can't interpret like what they're saying to you as actually valuable information.
Yeah.
I would still do it, and we will continue to do it to get as much insight as we can. Personally, I think there's more value to lean into the things that work rather than the things that don't.
Yeah.
So we ran a workshop yesterday for the first time and like asked for feedback, and everyone was like, no, it was good.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not. There's a better way to do it. I know there is.
Correct.
but they're unable to express how
'Cause
they
they don't know.
feel because they don't think how they feel.
Yeah, and they don't really.
So what they felt was probably overwhelmed because it was a new topic.
Yeah, and if you've never done that before, you don't really know what it's supposed to be. So how are you supposed to give feedback on it?
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for it to be better when it's the first time you've ever
Yeah.
exposed to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he uses this example of like, why don't you like standing on a train? I'm asking you.
Why don't I like standing on a train?
Yeah.
Because when it stops, you could go flying if you're not paying attention.
Yeah. So it's the balance thing.
Yeah, we could hurt yourself.
So if we put seats that you could lean on a train instead of seats, that would solve the problem.
So if I could stand,
So you
but
could like
can
lean.
also be supported,
Yeah, or like even like lean against like a standing seat.
that would solve one of the problems.
Mm. Yeah. So then he goes down this rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, he basically gets to the point where it's like no one can really tell you why they don't like standing up.
Maybe because it takes more effort than sitting.
Yeah, but then, so what happens when a train is empty or it starts to empty? The people who are standing stay standing. Why?
Oh, they're fools. I'll go for the seat.
So then he introduces the idea of like, well, maybe the solution is that maybe seating feels exclusive on a busy train. And it's like, you got the good seat.
Oh,
So instead, if you put seats down the middle, so you just put one row of seats and you get a cup holder and that's it.
yeah.
And then if you put all these like bum spots
On the sides.
on the side so everyone can stand and lean,
Yeah.
you get somewhere to put your bag, you've got hand space,
Mm.
you don't have fucking dicks and asses in your face the whole time. Like maybe that means standing is now
Yeah, like
the better place to be.
yeah, I get
So
it.
his thing is like you've got to go outside of logic to actually find the solution
Yeah.
for the problem that's in front of you. The number one way I see this expressed with personal trainers is the poster on the toilet door.
Yeah.
You will get a program, a nutrition plan, a
Yeah.
face-to-face session. It's like no one gives a fuck about that. No one cares.
No.
So taking this concept on board and trying to investigate what the person feels is so much more valuable than the logical thing of like, but I'm just the best. I'm the smartest. I have the best program or whatever.
Yeah. If I tell them about all the stuff, they'll want to buy.
Yeah.
They'll want to jump on board.
Yeah. And even stay.
Yeah.
I've worked with some coaches in the past that were stupidly intelligent. And I've stayed with them way less than I have, like a way shorter period of time than I have other coaches who maybe present less. They're not less intelligent, but they don't talk about programming. They focus on other aspects way more.
Yeah.
And I stayed with them for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Rather than 2-3 months. Which is really interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. Then there's like, there's still people that would stay with that person longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But and then it's just like, well, what do they feel?
Yeah, true.
Why?
Yeah.
So there's, say that smart coach who prides himself on being the smartest.
Mm.
Other people who also get a kick out of being the smartest.
Yeah, they gravitate to it.
It actually has nothing to do with your program.
Yeah.
It's to do with the idea that your program's special, so your community likes that feeling, so then they buy into it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, my coach knows stuff other coaches don't know.
Yeah.
Which is really contrary. And like, I'm picturing a coach that like would think that way, like the just be good coach, like just be the best personal trainer in your gym and everything will be fine. And it's like, just by taking that on, you're appealing to a particular feeling that people have.
Yeah.
So it's the same, you're just not conscious of it.
Yeah.
You're just unaware that that's how you're attracting people and why they're interested in you.
Yep. You're not breaking my mind as bad today.
That's good. You're on track.
Thank you. My mind is still one piece. It's not scrambled.
I think you're a little less hungry than the last time we did, and I think you had a migraine as well. when we
did.
did the AI one. So
Oh, you could not have beat down on my brain more at a time that I was weak.
got him.
I scrambled eggs after that.
Payback for that boxing session, however many years ago. So it got me thinking about we've in the last 6 months taken a real deliberate, focus on logic. So rebuild the website. We're moving a lot into data tracking. Dad and I are working pretty hard behind the scenes on being able to have really specific data. Because too much of what we've done up to this point is like gut feel stuff.
Yeah.
And then we come into standout PT and like Z asked the other day, so how are you going with putting your linking bio thing at the top of your reel instead of at the bottom? I'm like, don't know. Like, it seemed good. It was a feeling thing.
Yeah.
So you interpreted it and went, I think this is how humans are going to behave.
Yeah.
And I think about when
no one reads the captions.
Well, that's it. Exactly. And then even yesterday, like, the workshop we did was on building lead magnets and creating social media campaigns. No one wants to film themselves. So everyone was like, I'm going to make a PDF. And it was logically, everything in that PDF was great.
Yeah.
Every piece of information you're going to put in there is awesome. And then 3/4 of the way through the workshop, when we introduced the concept of YouTube, was like, okay, so who has downloaded a PDF in the last 2 years and read it?
Yeah.
And everyone in the room was like, no. So it's like, okay, who's watched a video series? And everyone said yes. So it's like, logically, putting out a PDF is great and it's going to have all the information that your clients need to do. But the feeling isn't going to be there.
No.
Even we were looking at some data yesterday, and this is where it becomes interesting. You can start looking at data differently. So we've got our first 1K week resource out at the moment.
Yeah.
stcfit.com. Head to STC Learn.
The blue side.
And you'll see 1K week resource. So when you opt in, you get the video series straight away.
Yeah.
You just click it. It's a YouTube playlist. There's like 7 videos. They're fantastic. And it's a full, proper, like, slide presentation from Jess. Really, really good. We know just watching the slides probably won't change your business. Might a little bit. You'll take a few bits and pieces and you'll change how you do things. If you wanted to maximize the impact that it had, you'd need to do something. So we created a workbook. So it's downloadable PDF with check marks. Have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done this? And you sort of work through it. And then once that's complete, I'm 1,000% convinced if you tick every box on that worksheet, you'll make $1,000 a week. Like, done.
Yep.
90% of the people that opted in opened the email. 48% of them actually downloaded the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you're watching the logic of like, well, how many people want to do the thing versus how many people just want to absorb the content.
Yeah, or they just like the concept of making $1,000.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, I just want to watch the videos and I'll take from it what I want. A lot of you always get like so what did you get out of the workshop today? Oh, it just reaffirmed what I already knew. You get that quite a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, it reaffirmed what you already knew, but you're not doing.
Yeah.
So you have to do the next part of the doing. That's why you're here. Yeah, I think that stuff like that becomes fascinating. Then it's like content-wise, this is even more important. Like starting to think about, logically, me posting a deadlift tutorial is really useful. But everyone posts deadlift tutorials. That's really boring. So it's like, logically, it's what people need, but realistically, is it useful? And it's like, if you want to get across a deadlift queue, actually, shout out to Dennis. I cannot pronounce your last name, dude. I'm sorry.
That's Savaki.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tam.
So uncultured, man. It's not even hard.
Yeah, it's just like, I see too many letters and I freak out. I'm just paranoid about like saying the wrong name or pronouncing things wrong. It's one of my fears. I don't know why.
There's a V and a C and a K. I'm out.
I'm out. So yeah, he put up a great post about bracing.
Yeah.
Which is like the most boring fucking topic ever. No one cares. Like, powerlifters care a little bit, but even then, it's just like, do a breath. But the way it's delivered and the way it evolves throughout the swipes, I was like, I swiped through it all. Like, it was enough that the heading got me, and then I was like, oh, that's a really cool way of explaining it. It was really interesting, and I was like, I would use that cue with my clients moving forwards. So when you start thinking along this like psychological pathway, it's like, what are they going to feel when they watch this?
Yeah.
What's going to be... We have in our article generator, like the last part is overcome. So you do catchy headline, challenge their thinking, inform, recommend, and then the last thing's overcome. Because 99% of people, even when you're listening to this podcast, already you would have had dialogue within your brain to argue with me about something I've said so far.
Yeah.
There would have been a but you have to talk about your features, or but the best PT in the gym does have the most clients, or but like, you know what I mean? Like, well, results get referrals. Like, you would have presented arguments throughout that. My ability to say all what I just said and to know all of them is critical to be able to create good content that hits on the feelings.
Yeah.
To be able to overcome the thing that you're responding with, because that's going to come from a feeling, which I think is really interesting. So before we keep going, I just want to give you guys a little message about our Standout PT program. So Standout PT has been designed for personal trainers who want to sustain a long-term career in fitness, but right now they're sick of chasing clients, they're not making enough time for money, and they're super frustrated with the results that they're getting in their business, and they can't see themselves being here in 3 to 5 years' time. If you want to know more about the Standout PT program, head to stcfitlearning.com. Head to programs, and all the details are there, and you can book in your free exploration call where we can have a look and see whether or not that would actually be a suitable program for where your business is at right now. And back to the episode. Can you think of any examples of things that we've done that made no sense that worked?
No.
So the mentorship was one.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that was definitely one.
Just the product itself.
The start of it
initially,
still really...
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Everyone told us it wouldn't work, and we did bazillion sessions.
Yeah, that did work. That's probably the only one.
Yeah.
That worked. There's lots that didn't.
Yeah, I think teaching Cert 4 logically was dumb. It's like, why are you making... What were we on, like $30 an hour?
Yeah, that was just a feeding strategy.
Yeah, but it's like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just recruit? It's like, well, because we handpicked the best people.
Yeah, it was pretty successful.
It was really successful.
Yeah, the teaching. Yeah,
so most people
running the campus was stupid.
Yeah,
the one. The one we got handed was that was just print and cash.
Yeah, I think the other one we got burnt, to be honest.
Yeah, but then I think continuing to pursue that. That's what fucked us. That one. Yeah, made the whole thing tedious.
Shit. Yeah, we should have stayed hired guns.
Yeah. So I think.
What about content and stuff? Have you ever put out stuff
content out all the time, and I'm
that you're like, this won't work, and it did?
I don't put it out thinking it won't work, but then when sometimes it does, I'm like, why? Why did it work? Mm-hmm. I think now I can kind of find out why it worked. Yeah. Just because, but there's been times when I'm just like, oh, how did this work? And then it's like if you trend like all of the ones that kind of have hit, like you can tell on Fit, it's like as soon as we like basically say something definitive, and it's like, do this, if you don't do this, it's all right, it fucking kicks off. Yeah. Because people just want to be told. Yeah. They don't want that like it depends shit. Yeah. They want to be like, oh, it depends, but if you're this person. Yeah. Because you're speaking to a person. Yeah. So it's like, it depends and cool, whatever. Yeah. Like you get nothing from that. Boring. Yeah. But if you're a high achieving individual who takes training, blah, 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 it's like fucking
it depends thing is just like, you don't know who you coach.
Yeah. And I think also, and we've been a culprit of this in the past, is like, you're just too afraid to be challenged. Yeah. Yeah. So saying it depends, it puts you on the fence. Yeah. And it speaks to the smart, those people that, you know, pride being intelligent. It's like, oh, well, they know everything about everyone. It's like, well, most people fucking do when they say, like, if someone's saying like, oh, you know, train this way, this exact way, or eat this exact way, like most of the time, like they know that that's not going to work for everyone.
Yeah.
But they're speaking to a person. That's why now like, I'm just like, if I get a bit like triggered on something, I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm like, that's not, they're not speaking to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, oh, this person's a fucking idiot. Like, they're a shit coach. Like, it's just like, no, they've dialed in the person.
I think, so there was probably an oversimplification in that, like, it comes from knowing who you're speaking to, because that gives you the confidence to be willing to be challenged.
Yeah, because, you have your tribe behind you.
No. Like, look.
I
don't care what works for your 150 kilo dudes.
Yeah.
My 70 kilo women do really well with this.
Yeah.
And I have a huge stack of proof to back it up. So
yeah, it's why I was kind of just play on words, being cheekily challenging people with the whole pump thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a fuck if there's no research.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest dudes on the planet.
Yeah.
Talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I've trained for 20 years.
Yeah.
I've coached people for 12 years.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to fucking sit there and say, oh, scientific research also hasn't proved that the pump is effective. It's like, no, mate.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Did you see the reel from Alex Hormozy that he said Kylie Jenner made him do socials?
No, but I'm never tagging you in anything again on an Alex Hormozy post, because I just get fucking annoyed by
business coaches.
fucking hundreds of people.
So
Fuck, that was a bad move.
Share it to me instead.
Yeah.
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 They can't see
It's
it.
a little skill if you don't want to get fucking annoyed by people, because everyone's a lead. If you have
the irony.
If you have two eyes and a mouth, you're a fucking
That's
lead.
the irony. Hey, the video is like, that is not a lead.
Yeah.
Don't message them, you dick.
Yeah. It's like, and it's like an engaged lead. I'm engaging to him.
Yeah.
Not like the people in the comments thread. It's like, fuck, bro, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry. But no, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, so basically, I can't remember who was asking him, but why did you decide to go on social media? And he's like, well, I've always thought it was dumb. And he's even been like recorded that like social media is stupid. Like, I'm just building a business. I want to be rich, not famous.
Yeah.
And then, I think when Kylie hit the bill, he was like, you're doing something. There's a thing here, and I need to be in it.
That's one thing I, like, if someone was like, what's not a regret, but one thing you'd do again, is I would have started sooner. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting there yesterday finishing off the slides for yesterday's workshop, and I was like, we talk about standouts, the thing we wish we had first, second year, and where we would be if we did. It was one that I was like, fuck. Like 8 years of time. Of just throwing mud. Like, this would have changed.
Yeah.
Even if you did it wrong for the first 10 of them.
Yeah.
There's still only 10 months.
Yeah.
And then if you started to figure it out after that, like, fuck.
Yeah, well, that's what mentoring is, mate.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're leveraging someone else's mistakes so you don't have to make them.
Yeah.
Or you make them in a shorter period of time and less of them overall.
And it's just such a shame that it feels like that stuff's gatekept.
Yeah.
Like, we've spent the last 2 years, maybe more. When did we start Dent? 4 years?
No, I can't remember.
3.
2019?
Would have been 2020, I reckon.
2019.
Yeah.
Because it was when we started it when we were in lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's coming on 4 years where we've been really trying to unpack this thing. And this is the first time I feel like I get it.
Yeah.
Which is so frustrating.
Yeah.
Because the amount of people that I've spoken to in that time that should have been able to tell me that can't.
Yeah. It's hard because no one's like, you're getting bits from everywhere. There's no one place where it's just like, here it all is for you.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm not saying I've clocked it either, or that we've clocked it, but it's like, at least it makes sense now.
Yeah.
And at least we have a framework that we can follow to review and apply both logic and psychologic to create progress moving forward.
Yeah.
It's, like, how cool was the meeting to be able to like, hey, so this is exactly where it broke down. And now we just need to figure out why.
Yeah. It's better than, like you said, throwing mud at the wall and shit.
Mm.
Yeah. When I say I wish I started social media earlier, I'm going to reframe that and say I wish I paid more attention to it.
Took it seriously.
Yeah, because I was the dude who was like, hey, just put your pictures on the fucking thing. It's stupid. Like, I don't want people to know my life.
Yeah.
And, and whatever. So I think I should have paid more attention to it sooner, but I don't think I should have. When it came around, I was already a good coach.
Yeah.
I was already very technically gifted.
Yeah.
Not gifted. I earned that shit.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I was
solid.
technically sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think after that, it was like, I should have paid more attention to it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I reckon there was just a period where we missed out.
Yeah.
And we weren't doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when things were a little less strict,
yeah,
we could have made more headway.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard now.
Yeah.
It's not hard now. Like, it's just different.
Yeah, it's way more competitive.
You have to be way more refined now.
Yeah, and I think the lockdowns sped that up so much too.
Yeah.
It's like everyone got a camera. Everyone became an online
presence.
Yeah.
Personality.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah, you just have to be way more dialed in now. Like,
yeah.
Your content can't be shit.
Yeah.
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 And it's disappointing. The only way your content can be shit is if you're hot. That's true.
Yeah.
Show some skin, brother.
So
I've got living proof of it.
Yeah. That was one of the things that came up when I was thinking about like the psychosocial thing. The psychological thing was we had the discussion about like why are people buying the fucking blazer no top thing? Like what's happening there? And we were able to kind of, it was illogical. It's like, why does looking really fucking hot correlate to sales in making money to other people who don't necessarily look like you? And because if they were able to present the same way, they probably wouldn't need you. So it was really interesting for us to, I think that's an example of us figuring this out. It's like, so they're buying the idea that I get to be like you if I do this thing.
It's only illogical when you look at it practically. It's not illogical when you look at the behavior.
Correct. Yeah. And that's, it's looking at what people feel, not what they think.
Correct.
Yeah. Because they think they're buying the business coaching.
Yeah.
But what they feel is actually buying the image.
Yeah.
And the hope that I'll be like that.
Yeah. That's why it's most people film with all the shit they own behind them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're buying the idea of like, that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You're going to get that.
Yeah.
You're not buying the actual, what it is that you're actually getting.
Yeah. I find it fascinating. This book's really, really good.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to read it.
That's a tough one.
What's that?
Having a good product and then not leaning into that idea as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's easy. You just
it's easy
cut and polish the car.
Yeah.
I'll get my house landscaped.
Yeah.
And I'll just film all my videos out the front, just yelling fucking affirmations at the fucking at the camera. You know what I mean?
And it's like it's easy for us to say because I'm always like I'd throw minimal shade because I think I would do it.
What do you mean?
If I was hot, either way hotter as a male or a hot female, I think I would behave the same way.
I don't think I think everyone just would naturally gravitate to that behavior because like we spoke about it. It's like you see you can see the point like in someone's feed where they get they do that the thirst trap and then it's like fucking
it all changes and
then they're just like hang on a minute like
I would be like fucking what's the feet website?
I don't know. OnlyFans?
Correct answer. I don't know. Whatever the main feet one is. Like, I would be on that shit.
I didn't know there was a feet one.
Yeah, it's a big thing because I watch Flagrant.
Yeah.
They're all feet mad, so it's all, anyway. So
someone's feet mad about my socks apparently on YouTube.
Look at you go.
I said to Steph, I go, fuck, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it.
I used to have
so showing a bit more ankle every week.
Yeah. I had a follower on Instagram there for a little while that I used to post my shoes.
Yeah.
And every time
what size
are you?
Yeah, like, fuck bro, same. Not same guy, but
could be.
People ask you. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah. But I think if I was a really hot woman, I would do that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's like the hot chicks playing golf.
Yeah,
now.
like if I was my wife with the business that she has, I would be like, I would have just pictures of me looking awesome all the time.
Yeah. You saying we're ugly?
Look. I'm not going to speak for you.
My wife says that I'm hot. So
I'm not going to speak for you.
Shit.
But I am comfortable with my place in the attractiveness hierarchy.
Yeah.
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 And I was actually thinking about this. Like,
so you got to make up your status elsewhere, Ben.
I don't know if it was a conceited thing to think, but it's like, I was curious about this, and we will get on to a little bit of sales stuff. We might have to do sales next week because I don't know how long we've been rolling.
You're definitely rolling on an hour.
An hour already?
Wow.
Cool. So,
fucking hell.
I need to do a thing for Jack. I need a shout out to him in a minute, and then we'll wrap it up. But was school easy for you?
School?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, getting good grades was easy?
When I applied myself, school wasn't a problem.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this morning, knowing that we were going to talk about this, and I kind of thought about that hot thing. And I was like, would I trade it?
No.
Would I trade? And again, it's like, I don't want to be like, I'm fucking smarter than everyone. But I'm like, I think my brain is probably my best asset. I'm not that hot. But I'm a little bit smart.
His brain's a hyper responder.
Yeah, I think for someone who didn't go to uni, who was an alcoholic basically for most of the last part of high school, I did okay. I'm a university dropout. Like, you know what I mean? Like, did okay, and I like how my brain works. Would I train that to just be like 3 points hotter?
I don't know.
I don't think I would.
Yeah, but we know that like it's just everything's better.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
can you train yourself to be smarter? So my example is like, my bless her, my mum made an error in year 8 and said she'd give me $50 for every A I got. I'd never tried in school before, ever.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I was
$50, man. Back then,
that's how many A's I was getting.
back then,
Not many.
that's a lot of money.
So I think I got 3 A's that report.
Yeah, she would have been like, all right, we got to renegotiate the terms of this contract.
And every comment was like, Ben doesn't apply himself. Ben distracts others. Ben doesn't apply. So
Just
I
a
hung out
fucking
with
kid. Yeah.
I hung out with the shit kids because I was bored.
Yeah.
So but the thing was, I would do my work.
Yeah.
And then hang out with the shit kids because it would only take me 10 minutes.
I understand.
And then fuck around, and then I'd know when the teacher was gonna. So I'm gonna go back over here. I got 52 A's the next report.
Yeah.
And she didn't have the money, so I never did it again. It's like, I didn't get my reward, so I'm out. So yeah, I don't know if I would trade that just to be hot. I don't know. It's interesting.
Not sure.
Well, it's like if you had the blessing of attractiveness, it's like, would you have run into the opportunity to switch on and be like, I need to get smarter?
Yeah, and that's it. It's like maybe it's that innate need to the hierarchical status thing that we're not allowed to talk about.
It's like you may or may not have had
Yeah,
that.
like how do I become a bigger lobster? To reference Peterson, it's like, well, I have to be smart.
Yeah.
Or some people go like, I have to be funny or whatever. Like, what's the thing? Which I think humor requires a lot of intelligence.
Yeah.
Good humor, anyway.
Can't watch Step Brothers 10.
Good humor, like I said.
God.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but then it's like if you're hot, you don't need to develop that trait.
I think the fact that we're talking about it means we're not. Because if you are, you just are. You
I
just
agree.
are.
I agree. I agree. All right. What's up, guys? Another quick break. I just wanted to jump in and remind you guys about the STC Fit Learning Mentorship. Now, our mentorship's been running since about 2016, where we've developed trainers through their first year of business in personal training and allowed them to leapfrog the first 5 years of mistakes that we made. If you're currently studying, looking to finish in the next month or so, or you're looking for someone to help you out with mentoring and all that kind of stuff, jump on, have a look at the details for the mentorship at stcfitlearning.com. Head to programs and mentorship, and all the details are there. And you can come and be an STC Fit coach for an entire year. Includes all of our education and direct mentoring from our head coaches. Back to the episode. So shout out to Jack, long-term listener, follower, engages with all of our stuff heaps. Thank you. Sent us a message during the week. Struggling a little bit with phone calls, feeling a bit cooked. I think moved gyms and it's been a little bit slow.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to use it as an example for anyone else who's maybe in the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
So sent a message and was like, you could tell it was just like he was at his wit's end.
This is it.
It's just like, I'm fucking done. I'm sick of calling people and them saying no. I'm just going to... He sent me a text outline to message out to people. I didn't ask him if it was okay to share this story. I didn't say your last name, so just pretend it wasn't you. It was another Jack.
Lots of Jacks.
So yeah, send a text message as a template. It's like, I'm just going to... I've been calling people. It's not really working, so I'm just going to blast text this to everyone. And also the opportunity to have the conversation and build value is critical to being successful. If you can get someone on the phone, that's always the goal. Even when you send, we do the 2 calls 2 different times a day and then the follow-up text.
Yeah.
The goal still with that text is to get a conversation. It's not hi, would you like 2 free sessions?
Yeah.
That's not going to create buy-in. So first thing I would say is everyone we've spoken to everywhere in the country is experiencing the slowness of the last couple of months.
The worst quarter of the year.
Yeah. And it's like that. And I also want to point that out, that we have data for the last 4 years and Q2 is always shit.
Yeah.
There's always a financial issue. There's always a fear. There's always a war in Ukraine started the same time last year and everyone was like, it's the end of the world. Yeah. There's something about this time of year that shit goes haywire. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because everyone in America's just fucking partying and getting drunk because it's summer.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Or it's because we're all insulated and fucking doing nothing but scrolling our phones and don't have enough vitamin D, so we're all depressed, so our behaviors change. I don't know. But I can say that Q3, second half of Q3 is probably that and later Q4 are the 2 most successful times of the year.
Yep.
So it's coming. You just got to stay in it. But what we sort of realized was he was at a point where it's I need this business. I need this business to eat.
Yeah.
If I don't get this sale,
I'm fucked.
Paying gym rent, paying for my overheads is going to become a problem. And as the second you feel that, you portray that.
Yep.
When you're on the phone. I think it was 15 calls a day or something. It's every one of those 15 calls is it's just a number.
Mm.
It's not a person on the other end of the line.
Yeah.
And it's so, I appreciate it's so hard to identify that's what you're doing and pull away from it when you do need it. Because it's so easy. Even being an online coach, someone inquires, you're oh yeah, man, if you want to have a call, let me know. Whereas if you lost 3 clients last week, you're yeah, let's get on a call. But it's just different. Yeah. So when you're really under the pump, to actually take a step back and be my only goal is to help the person in front of me.
Yeah.
Whether they sign up or not is not
It's tough.
the outcome, but it is the outcome.
It's tough. It's tough. It's super tough. I know exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you give?
I would reflect on how you, what you're actually saying in the conversation more than anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, outside of the vibe, because that will kind of come off even if it's in a phone call. Your body language, like you said, if there's that desperation, that's definitely going to come out. But then it's what you're saying in the conversation is not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've got a script, it's not effective.
Yeah.
How that conversation is flowing needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go as far as at that point. So 15 a day, even if you're doing 4, that's 60 calls a week. Hit rate usually is 40 to 50%.
Yeah.
50% is easier for my brain. So that's 30 people you speak to.
Yeah. And
you should be on a 50%.
They're not all going to rock up. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So at worst, I would say 15 calls a day should result in something like 10 appointments.
Yeah.
If it's gone well.
Yeah.
I understand it's a quiet time, so halve it. It's still 5.
5, yeah. That's fucking plenty.
Yeah.
And then you could close it to 2 to 3 a week.
Yeah, and it's experience and good coach, like and good person. So it's like I know.
Yeah.
I feel like once he got in front of someone, he'd be great.
Yeah.
It's just right now there's no one to get in front of. So yeah, I think I would go as far as to actually throw out the script.
Yeah, I think there's no compelling value for the person to do anything after the conversation.
Yeah.
There hasn't been enough conversation about like why this person signed up to the gym, what they want to achieve, what you're offering isn't appealing enough to get them there. You're not solving problems for them.
Yeah.
So I think that when you're speaking to these people, it's like if they haven't been to the gym for a while, it's like why?
Yeah.
You know, it's like what's the goal? What's the problem? You know, what are they willing to do to get there? And it's like trying to match those things up and being like, all right, well, what we're doing at the moment is this, this, and this. So if we can get you in, you know, we can start to get you back on track and do this and that and solve the problems of all the things that you've just said to me.
Here's how I think most successful calls go. How's your training going? Good. How often are you getting in? Because you know it's not good. It's on the paper that they haven't fucking been.
Yeah.
Or I haven't been in much lately, actually. Okay, what's getting in the way of you coming? Life, job, kids, some other logic excuse. They tell you what they think, not what they feel. Yeah, tied it in. See how, look at me go. It's that brain. Those all those A's I got in year 8.
It's that the lack of good looks, but increase in brain capacity.
Yeah. So they're gonna give you what they think the problem is, and then a really easy and amazing reply to that is like, do you think you'd be more motivated to show up if you were getting better results?
Yeah.
Like, of course they would.
Yeah.
Like
you'd make fucking time if you were getting results.
If you believed that you could kill it, you would make the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so well, what do you think's actually getting in the way of you getting results then? I don't know what to do. The classes are boring. My nutrition, my blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. That's the same problem a lot of my clients have.
Yeah.
Did you want to come in? Let's get you in for a conversation or a free consultation, and I can go over what I typically do with them. When are you free? Tuesday or Thursday? Boom.
Yeah.
I think if you led with that, because that's genuine. And I love the fact that the two, I'm going to put us up there. I'm going to say the two biggest names in Melbourne fitness space. Two of, let's say. One released an episode last week that said sales is like sleazy and shit. And the other one, the next 4-week campaign is talking about how to get clients and how to sell. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's not banking a number to make a sale.
Yeah.
Because that's helping that person remove all the layers of the shit that they think, not what they feel, to allow you to get to what they actually feel and provide a solution for them. Because if you don't execute that well, you've missed out on an opportunity to help that person get back into the gym. Which they signed up for a reason, and you became a personal trainer for a reason. It's to help people do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's really valuable. And then I would also advise the amount of people that say, like, I'm really burnt out from phone calls. I'm kind of like, I get it. I've done it. I've done more.
Probably sick of hearing no.
I guarantee you have done more phone calls than you.
I can guarantee that too.
I guarantee it. Like, I did a year of sales where our pass mark was 30 calls a day, 5 appointments, or 3 sales.
Yeah.
If you didn't do one of those things, you got your ass kicked by the boss. I guarantee I've done more calls. And I moved gym 3 times.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
So if you're overwhelmed with your calls, you're doing them wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing them well, 90% of them will be positive.
Yeah.
The person that says no is still a positive chat.
Yeah.
And if you're a personal trainer who likes talking to people about their health and fitness, it's still a positive outcome. It's not, they said no, hang up, get off the phone as soon as I possibly can.
Yeah.
It's, I had a chat with Jason today. He, XYZ, I know he's going to go away and think about training again now. And maybe he'll be back in the gym in 4 weeks, which is really cool. And I hope I had a positive influence on that. And maybe he feels more comfortable coming back to the gym. And maybe he'll say hello to me. And even if he doesn't, that was a positive interaction and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If you can make every call like that and think about just like, how do I make a friend with this person?
Yeah.
You'll have way more fun and you'll actually be way more successful.
I don't think you'll be successful unless you have as many interactions with people as possible.
Agreed.
And if you're not one of those people that's willing to walk up to a stranger on the gym floor and say g'day and ask them about their training and give them some handy tips to improve it and ask them about their results and do that every fucking day, you have to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
If you pick up the phone as well, you've now doubled your interactions,
Correct.
increased your likelihood of sitting down with people and helping them.
Yeah.
And then it's the same, I guess, like if you take it online as well. Like everyone wants online clients and it's like, well, how many people have you spoken to online this week?
Yeah.
None. It's like, well, it's the same as just wearing the uniform and walking around the gym. It's not enough.
Yeah. It's like, I got X amount of likes on my post. Like, oh, cool. How many of those people did you speak to?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. You don't engage with anybody.
So if you didn't speak to them, they're not interested in working with you. Yeah.
Correct. So on the phone, it's the same. And it's like the phone is the cheat code.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to, if you're not if you're not confident on the gym floor to walk up to somebody and speak to them, look, I'm going to go and say that you're already up against it.
Yeah.
But you can overcome that by...
Look, I'll go out and say I wasn't, and I did okay.
Yeah.
I was doing 50 sessions a week.
You overcome that by grabbing that list where I was the opposite. I could get on the phone, no problem, and did it at the start. But then the rest of my business just come from just walking the gym.
Yeah. And last one on this logic thing. Logically, you go to Good Life Point Cook and you're like, fuck, Jason's got all of the clients.
I did.
Jason talks about hypertrophy. He talks about he's really good with his technique. He writes great programs. He has great like client results, blah, 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 blah. Pays attention when he works with people, all of that. That's the logic. Well, that's what I need to be.
Yeah.
I just need to be a good personal trainer like Jason is.
Yeah.
The illogical part that everyone would miss, Jason says hello to everyone that walks in the door, knows everyone's name. People stop Jace at the local town centre every time he fucking goes for coffee. Like,
ask you questions when you're training.
Built relationships with everyone and was the guy in the gym.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Yeah, that doesn't happen just from putting the uniform on. What people think they're signing up to Jace for is because every client they look at moves really well, which is important. It's not like we throw that out. No, it's huge.
It's still important.
You've got to be great at your job.
But imagine having that and also being the guy.
Yeah.
Like the guy that says hello to you, the guy that helped me with that lift that day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's the... If I took anything from this book, and if anyone is struggling with this stuff who's logic focused, read the book because it'll give you some insight on a different way to look at things.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought up the Kylie Alex thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I look at that as like the shit PT that does the group classes and have 4 billion clients, and the good PTs walk around like, this motherfucker is shit.
Yeah.
Rah, 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 rah. And it's like, yeah, but he's doing more than
He's got, that's it. Got more clients, got more income
and
coming
you
in.
watch that at every scale.
Yeah.
So it's like, it happens in a local gym where the guy does the group classes and has 100 clients and kicks your ass all week. Then you go into online space and it's like, fucking James Smith just says calorie deficit. Say something else, bro. It's like, well, 1, you haven't watched any of his other content, but 2, he's wiping the floor with you.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the same. And Alex was able to go like, you know what? This billionaire who is a billionaire from just being famous and is famous for doing nothing gets something. And I need to figure out what it is. And she's appealing again to that feeling. She makes the Kardashians on paper make no logical sense.
Yeah, I agree.
None.
I don't even know what they do.
Me either.
Yeah.
Like
I tried to ask Steph that, and she's like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're just famous for being famous. So it's like, that makes no logical sense, but it creates a feeling. If you can understand what the feeling is, then you'll be successful.
Yep.
All right, so next week we'll do a proper episode. No, next week we have Jess on.
Cool.
So we'll talk all things making your first $1,000 as a PT and starting
there'll
out.
be a bit of sales in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I guess I'll just have to wait for our consults to close resource to come up eventually.
Oh, mate. Had our first, where is it?
Yeah, I know.
Where is it? Soz.
Good.
It's exclusive now.
Yeah. You guys will just have to wait.
Yeah.
That's a fucking mad resource. So
it's
pumping it. I'm gassing it up.
One of the best ones I've ever made, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the course, so
yeah,
it's got to be good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.